Hey everyone, welcome to another Hangout, the 24-hour marketing mastermind. And we've got a really good Hangout today. We've got a guest with us, again, somebody who is succeeding with iPass. And I'm going to be talking to him a little bit later. But I wanted to, first of all, just congratulate Jake Jervis on his first Hangout that he did. Well done for taking action. That's exactly what you need to be doing. And Jake is already starting his Hangouts. So you guys, if you haven't started your Hangouts yet, I really want to encourage you to start doing that, because that's going to give you more exposure. And the more Hangouts you do, you're going to get more people coming back to your channel and to your page, and that's going to really help you. All right, so another thing too, I see a lot of you are also utilizing your blogs, and that's an excellent thing. The only way you're going to get good at something is to keep practicing. So, I mean, the only way you're going to do it is to get better, is to just keep on doing what you're doing and to learn more and learn more. Right? Remember that if you're doing something and you're getting too comfortable, start to learn a bit more so that you can start stretching yourself. And of course, if you're not into anything like the inner circle, try and get to that level, because that's really going to help you. And I've got Wade with us today, and he's going to be talking to us about that. Man, Wade's got some excellent stories he's going to be sharing with us. But I really just wanted to address something today, and I might be upsetting some people, and I really, if I am, I good, okay, because this is something you need to hear, and for a lot of people who are online, I'm not saying it's you in particular, but you need to really hear what I'm saying to you, okay? We have a store in this country. It's called Game, right? It's kind of like a supermarket, but it's more catered towards electronics, and it's only now starting to go into the food sections, but they do electronics and kitchenware and that sort of thing. And if you go into the electronics section and you walk in there, the one thing I cannot handle is when somebody walks up to me and says, "Hello, sir, how you doing? Can I help you today? So is everything going all right? And what is it you're looking for?" I cannot handle that, all right? It's one thing that really, really irritates me. If I walk into a store and somebody comes up to me trying to sell something to me, it bugs the hell out of me. And you probably get the same feeling. All right, I don't know if you know where I'm going with this, but there's one truth that everybody shares. Nobody likes to be sold to, all right? And I've been seeing this all over Facebook, all right? It doesn't seem to stop, and everybody keeps doing the same thing. I keep seeing the same thing about join my team, join my business, join my opportunity. I'll show you how to become a millionaire very quickly. I see so many people just promoting the opportunity. I mean, they're even putting their capture page link on their post all the time, and it's always preceded by some sort of line that wants that person to get into business. All right, if you are doing that, I want you to stop it. All right, and so I'm really telling you to stop promoting on Facebook. I hear what I'm saying. I'm not saying don't have your business on Facebook. I'm trying to say to you, stop promoting your business in such a way where you're coming across as a salesman. Now, if you just think about this for a second, all right, think about this. If you wanted somebody to like you, if you wanted somebody to know you, and if you wanted somebody to trust you, like if you wanted to introduce yourself to somebody and potentially be their friend later, you wouldn't go up to that person and say to them, "Hi, my name is Dave. Won't you please go skiing with me?" Or, "My name is Dave. Won't you please help me move?" "Hi, my name is Dave. Won't you please paint my house?" You're selling them something, and they're kind of taken back because, first of all, what the heck? I don't know you from Adam. And everybody has a point of view. Nobody likes to be sold to. However, everybody loves to buy. Okay, that's just a given. Everybody loves to buy. It's something that is in us. We like to be able to have the power to make a decision to purchase something because we've made the decision. And if you can get that straight, if you can get that into your minds, foremost is to understand that people do not like to be sold to, and you've got to stop saying in your business, join my team on Facebook, because that's just putting people away. Now, I tried a little experiment a while ago. It was quite a few months ago, where when I first joined the iPass system, there was a message I sent out. I sent out 2 messages that said something to the effect of join my team. I never got one response, not one response, not even nobody liked it, nobody viewed it, nothing. All right. And now what I'm doing is I'm promoting a skill. I'm promoting a something I've learned. Something like just recently I posted how to get cheap numbers for your business. Okay, that's kind of like some people are looking for that sort of thing. So I made a little blog on how to get cheap numbers with PVA Spot. I show people how to do it. I got a little video up there, and I put on my Facebook post, I said, this is what I really struggled with. I put the link, and then I put a picture so people would see my ad, all right? And then I posted that onto a couple of groups, and I got instant responses. I got people liking it instantly. Why? Because it's value, and people want to see something that is useful to them. People are not going to be clicking on your link if all you are doing is just selling things. In fact, what you will do is you will decrease the amount of people looking at your opportunity dramatically. All right? If you can be known as a person that never promotes, that's always giving value, you're going to be getting a lot more people who are going to be trusting you in your business. When I got started with the iPass system, I was doing video reviews, providing value and giving people opportunities to try other ways of making money. So I would say, look, here's the system. I would give them some sort of, I would give them a review of the product, and then I would give them alternatives. Now, that's what I did to primarily get my business up and running, okay? But people then ask me, how did you grow so fast? And the truth of the matter is that I did a lot of the sales I did through Facebook, but I never once advertised my business in Facebook. Most of my sales came through messaging people seeing my my income results. So I would have a result. I would have some sort of income that I made, a couple $100 or $30, $20, whatever I did, and I would post it all the time, being consistent with that. And a lot of people have joined my team purely on the fact that they've seen me produce constant results, or they've seen me doing this thing all the time. So every time I get some sort of result or some sort of accomplishment, I always post it on Facebook. And that is how people have become to know me, trust me, and like me. And because of that, I've had people join my business. It has even gone so far as to say that people have actually said to me, send me your link so I can join. That was, and I've never ever said to anybody, whenever I've spoken to them, I've never said, join my team. They have asked if they could be on my team, but I have never ever said to anybody, join my team. In fact, I make it a point of never doing that. All right, so I'll be talking to somebody, and the moment they start selling me stuff, I get annoyed. I never ever tell them about my business unless they ask me, because I'm making sure that my whole environment around Facebook is about value. It's about what I'm producing. All right, if you see a message that says, wow, I made like $100 while I was sleeping, that's going to be a little intriguing to you, more so than somebody saying, join my system and I'll show you how you can make $100. It's far more intriguing to say, I made $100 while I was sleeping, than it is for you to say, join my business, I'll show you how to make $100. So I want you to start using if you're listening to this and you want to progress in your business, I want you to try and start using Facebook as a way for you to share what you learn as you grow. All right, anything you learn, anything that you find useful, if you've gotten to a certain point in your business where you feel that you have mastered that, or you overcame that hurdle, perhaps it was budgeting enough so you could earn enough money to invest in something, and you show people how you budgeted. You want to put that on your blog, and then you want to go ahead and put up a little blurb that says, this is what helped me to budget better in my business. Put the link to your blog and then post it with a picture. You'll get far more response from that than you will posting, join my business and I'll show you how to budget. All right, and then you post it to a gajillion Facebook groups and you get like 5 people that view it. All right, I am getting far more better results in Facebook than I ever had before, purely because I'm providing value. All right, so I want you guys to take that away from this. I want you guys to, if you don't learn anything else from this webinar, please understand that whatever you're putting on Facebook, make sure that it's about value and not about people joining your business. That's the only way that you're going to stand out from everybody else, because everybody is trying to promote business. So I guess that's really what I wanted to share with you. Just think about it in every sort of daily exercise. If you walk into a store and you want to go and buy, I don't know, you want to get some sunglasses and a stick of gum. If a guy walked up to you and said, hey, you want to buy a chocolate bar, you'd immediately put away. But if you went up, got a stick of gum and sunglasses, and you saw the chocolate, you might very well buy it. All right? So that should show you that people like to buy stuff they don't like to be sold to. Right? So please take that away from you from this webinar. Okay, it's very, very important. So that's my rant of the day. I just wanted you to understand. A lot of people are saying, I'm not seeing success. I'm not seeing success. It's because you're so desperate. You're trying to just sell your system all the time. You've got to take a step back and start looking at your business as a way to provide value. That's the only way that you can succeed in this business, is to provide value and be consistent about it. All right, so that's what I have to say about that. What I want to do right now is I want to introduce you to a very good friend of mine. His name is Wade Hamill, and Wade is a guy that I've started to notice quite closely, because Wade is probably one of the most consistent marketers I know. All right, this guy seems to be at a point now where every single day he is doing something new, and he's being consistent with it. All right, he's not just doing it one day and then 5 days later. He's doing this every single day. And Wade is a guy with tremendous integrity. He really does want to help people, and I wanted you guys to hear from him, and for him to share his story with you, so that you can see how this guy, a single dad who's raising kids and who's a salesman, is actually using the iPass system and succeeding online to the point now where he is also getting a residual income. All right, so if you've noticed the last couple of weeks, we've had a person on virtually every single week who's come from different backgrounds and who is succeeding. We've had a guy from South Africa, not me, another guy. We've had a guy from England, right? Here's Wade from America, and Wade is succeeding with the iPass system only because he's producing results. Only because he's been consistent with his work. So, Wade, if you are there, can you unmute yourself? Can you hear us?
Yeah, Dave, I can.
Okay, man. Wade, could you please give us a bit of your background, where you come from, and tell us how you got started in the online world, if you wouldn't mind sharing that with us, please.
Sure. First of all, Dave, I just want to say thank you for letting me be on this webinar. I really appreciate it, and that intro. That was awesome. my background, has been in sales. That's pretty much all I've ever done. And I used to work for a frozen food company, and a lot of you may know it's called Schwann's Frozen Foods. And yes, I was the ice cream man. And it was a great job. The only problem was it was very, very long hours. I mean, we're talking 12, 14 hours a day. And it took me away from my family. By the time I get home, it'd be about 11 o'clock at night, midnight, and I'd have to turn around and be to work by 7 or 8, depending on what my route was. And the route would consist of probably about 100 or 100 plus people a day that I have to go and see. Like I said, it was a good job. Just the hours were so long, and it was just very, very tiring. And during that time, I was in a long-term relationship, and it kind of went sour, and things didn't really work out, and it's kind of a tough time for me at that point. And I left that job and started doing some other sales jobs, just off and on. And my grandmother, was she was 90 years old at the time, and she was 90 years old is quite old, and she needed somebody around to take care of her. And my mom, her daughter, wasn't around because she had passed away, and so she had two other kids, and she couldn't rely on them because they were kind of abusive to her. So she counted on me, and I was the only person that she really trusted and that she wanted around. So I took this opportunity to come and take care of her, and I was still doing other jobs. And as a few years went by, her health was getting really bad to where I had to actually be around all the time. And so it was really tough to go out and find work. So I was like, I was getting paid taking care of her, but it just was not a lot of money. So I was like, I got to find a way to make money, man. This is not cutting it. So I started looking online, and came across what you see out all the time is these binary options. And yes, I fell for it. Fell for the scam, put money in it, and I lost. And to be honest with you, I was really upset and ticked off, and but I didn't give up. I kept looking, and I came across a video by a lady named Marissa Bush, and she was talking about the system that Ryan Maynard was doing, and it sounded real interesting. And I clicked on the link, and I was watching Ryan, and all the other videos I seen were like flashy lights, fancy cars, just this ridiculous hype. And I was watching Ryan, and here's a guy that was just a normal individual, straightforward, talked about how he was a ground maintenance guy, in Michigan, just a basic guy doing, this is what I did, this is where I'm at, and I was attracted to that, and I was like, man, this probably work for me. And at the time, it was called Online Product for Dummies, and then it got switched to Online Product for Newbies. And of course, as I was doing that system, I would hear from all my friends and even some family, oh, you can't make money online. You can't do it. They're all scams. And I remember making my first $20. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot of money, but here's the thing, is I proved everybody wrong that I could make money on. Yes, it was $20, but the thing is I was able to make money online. So that was the proof, all I needed. And I stuck with it, and I kept doing it, and I learned so much from Ryan, and this is where I got to meet Dave and a lot of other people. And I just stuck with it, stuck with the training, and iPass 2 came along and just has changed everything. I mean, this system is so easy, anybody can do it. And I've been making money with this system, and like Dave said, I do have a residual income. It's not very high, but it is a residual income. And again, it's just proof that the system is working. And I've learned so much just being online. I've been online for about a year and a half now, and it's not very long, but what I've learned is a lot of, that Dave and Ryan talk about, as far as one of the things I want to talk about is like the mindset. They're always talking about you got to get your mindset, you got to get your mindset. And it's true. You do have to have the right mindset in order to be successful in anything that you do in life. And, I at the time I couldn't, I was just doing the basic with the iPass system, and we all know it's affiliated with Empower Network, and there's the inner circle, and I couldn't afford to get into that. So what I would do is get my mindset as I'd listen to motivational videos on YouTube, and I'd actually fall asleep to those at night. And yeah, they're great. I mean, they're really, really good. Well, I bumped up to where I'm in the inner circle, and let me tell you, it is a huge, huge difference. There is such a big difference between the inner circle and YouTube motivational videos. The best way I can put it is we all like pizza. You know, the inner circle is like a nice, hot slice of gooey cheese pizza, man, just dripping, and you're just loving it. Now, don't get me wrong, the YouTube videos, you know, the motivational videos work, but it's like a cold piece of pizza. You still enjoy it, you still like it, it's still good, but it's just not the same as that hot pizza. And with the inner circle, you know, I've learned that it's I have the potential of making more money, but the thing is it's teaching me to be a better person. I mean, the stuff that you listen to is just awesome. I mean, it will help you so much in anything that you're doing, whether it's, you know, this iPass or any other thing that you want to do. It's a good system. And the blogging platform, like Dave was talking about, is, you know, there are a lot of people, and I'm just as guilty, you know, blasting my, you know, link out there, join my team, join my team. And he's right, you know, we got to quit doing that. And it reminds me, because like I said, I was a salesman. Not only did I do that, you know, Schwann's Frozen Foods, I also sold appliances and a lot of other. But I remember when I was working for an appliance company that, you know, people would walk in and there'd be a, you know, somebody was working, you know, with me at the same time. They'd walk in, these customers, and the salesperson would go right to them and just jump on them. You know, hey, can I help you? They didn't even give them a chance to really even get into the store. And it's kind of what we refer to as basically puking on them. And, you know, the people were like, you know, getting mad, you know, because this person just attacked them when they walked into the store. Didn't even give them a chance to look around at anything. And, you know, I would see this couple, you know, they talking about, salesman, he's driving me up the wall. I feel pressure. And they look around. Well, instead of going to that person that, you know, approach them, they actually sought me out because I just let them do their thing. I didn't give them any pressure, high pressure, nothing like that. And they actually wanted me to help them. So what I'm getting at is, like Dave's saying, don't plaster so much stuff, you know, join my business, join this, you know, check out my link. If you have a chance to get into the blogging system, you definitely want to do that and actually give people value with your blog. And you're going to see, like Dave was saying, you know, if you're at a grocery store and you're getting a stick of gum and some chips or something, and you see some candy over there, you're most likely going to grab that candy bar. Versus if somebody said, "Hey, buy this candy," you know, it's real easy to oversell people or push them, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But this, the one reason why I wanted to have Dave put me on this webinar is I wanted to step out of my comfort zone, you know, and, you know, I give, you know, props to Jake Jarvis for doing his own Hangout. That's great. I also want to give a shout out to Johnny Sherwood for getting his event ticket for the Empower Network there in Tennessee, Nashville. Way to go. And I wanted to step out of my comfort zone because I believe with a lot of things I've learned by trying to be an internet marketer is in order to be successful, you have to do something that scares you every day. If you're doing the same thing and stuck in, I mean, you're in an area where you feel comfortable, you're not succeeding. You have to do something that takes you out of your comfort zone. And that's why I want to do this webinar. You know, it took me out of my comfort zone, and I'm glad I'm doing this. And the thing is we have to live outside the box, you know, because at some point we're all going to die. We know that. And it doesn't matter if you're going to be cremated or buried. The thing is you're going to be in a box, and you have all eternity to be in that box. So until you're dead, live outside of that box. You know, don't be stuck doing the same stuff. Do something that challenges you every single day. If that's how, you know, you live your life, you're going to be successful, especially as an internet marketer. So, but that's pretty much my story. I mean, what led me to doing the internet marketing was just taking the opportunity to take care of my grandmother, and she passed away November of last year. And I remember her always telling me, because she'd always ask me as I was doing the internet marketing, she'd always ask me, "How are things going, Wade?" And I'm like, no, it's going good, you know, or I'd have a bad day. And she'd always sit here and tell me, never give up, never give up. And there's days where, you know, I could be struggling, you know, not getting a lead or not getting a sale, or I actually had somebody cancel. And it can be frustrating, but I always remember my grandmother sitting there telling me, never give up. And, you know, I'm never going to give up at this. I already know I'm making money at this. So I will make this system work, or I'm going to die trying. And if I can do it, being a single dad, taking care of, you know, I've got two teenage boys. I have a daughter that's living on her own. I'm a single dad, and if I can do it, you know, anybody can do this. It's not that hard. I think when people get into this, they overcomplicate it, make it too tough for them, but it's really not. You know, Dave gives you such awesome training, and not only Dave, but Ryan. You know, if you guys listen to what Dave and Ryan are teaching you, you guys are definitely going to be successful. I guarantee you.
Wade, tell me something. Because you know, there's one thing I've noticed, and it stands out above everything. I've said this before, but your consistency with your video reviews. Every single day, I'm seeing you're just putting out these. I see like 3 or 4 of these product reviews that come out every single day from you. And I just wanted to ask you, how long does it take you? Well, first of all, how technically minded are you with regards to computers? And the other thing is how easy is it, or how long does it take you to punch out a review?
As far as being, you know, knowledge on computers, I don't have a lot of knowledge at all, man. Uh, and as far as when I first started making YouTube videos, oh, it took forever, Dave. I mean, it would literally take forever. Now I can bust one out within 10 minutes, no problem. And, you know, you do have to stay consistent. That is the key. You know, I keep putting videos out all the time. I was looking on ClickSure today, and, you know, today's being the 16th, there was like 7 new products coming out, and they're pretty much all binary options. So if people are thinking that, you know, what am I going to do a review on? There's not much to do a review on. There is. There was 7 products today, you know, and when I'm done, when we're done with this webinar, I'm going to get back on there and I'll make some more videos. You know, I got to stay consistent, and if you want to be successful in this business or any business, you have to stay consistent. You constantly got to be either making videos or blogging. And I think I told you the other day, Dave, when we were talking, that, you know, there was a night where I don't want to blog, man. I just do not feel like blogging. But I made myself blog because it has to be done. And I've told you this, when it comes to writing, it's one of my weakest things. I hate writing. But I know the more I do it, the better I'm going to get. It's just like when I first made a video, it sucked. It was horrible. You know, I was so nervous. You know, I'm kind of nervous right now being on this webinar, but, you know, the more you do it, the better you're going to get and the easier it does get. So I've got some blogging I got to do tonight, so I'll make sure I get that done. You just got to stay consistent.
Yeah, it's interesting you saying that, because my battle online, I mean, I blogged about this the other day, and a lot of people may know this, but my battle online is that I really struggle with spelling. I really struggle with grammar. I struggle, I mean, a lot of people talk about dyslexia, but with me, sometimes I will have to read my blog about 3 or 4 times just to make sure that it actually makes sense. And then when I think I've gone through it 5, 6, 8 times, I'll put it online, and somebody will send me a message saying, hey, you misspelled this. I mean, just recently I put out a heading, and I read this thing like 4 times, and I said, okay, that makes sense, and I put it out, and then when I read it again, it was completely jumbled up. It is a consistent battle for me, and the only way that I can get better at it is to honestly just keep doing it, because the interesting thing about my struggle is that it kind of appears in school all the time, and everybody on this Hangout has a weakness somewhere. All right, it may not be academia, it may not be you know, it may be something else, But when it's academia and you're in school, it shows up all the time. So that's when people notice it the most. But you've got to learn to take your weaknesses and make them your strengths. So in other words, with me, my strength is that I can communicate with people, and I can learn visually with videos. So that's how I learn. I learn with videos and with audio. A reading for me as well, just like you, Wade, is a huge struggle for me. And if anybody read my blog, if I ever saw a book that was thicker than that, it would freak me out. I went through my entire school career without reading one single book. And I don't know how I did it because, well, actually, I do know how I did it. I just got all the information from all my schoolmates. So I would ask them what the story was about, and I would remember everything. And that's how I did. I remember I did history. And, for those of you who, history, you've got to know essays, right? And you've got to know lots and lots of essays. And I got top of my class for history because I had a great teacher who could tell the best stories ever, and I just remembered that. And that's how I used it, because I had a weakness, and I just used my strengths of visualization and hearing and my imagination to actually accomplish stuff. And if anybody who's watching this webinar for one moment you think you can't do it because you can't read properly, or you have trouble with grammar and spelling, don't let it be an excuse to stop. All right?
Oh, no.
I mean, I wrote a book. I wrote a book that took me 2 years to write and something like 6 months to get the spelling sorted out. But I never checked the spelling. I got my friends and family to check it for me. And as a result, I actually got this thing published. And I didn't organize it like most people do. I just wrote it from beginning to end, just as I wrote. And as things made sense, I jumbled them in the right places, and it worked. So, if you're afraid of being on camera, you've got to learn to be able to get over that. I was speaking to somebody who I really admire his dedication and his willingness to learn. I mean, this guy has he struggles to speak. His voice box is damaged, and he wants to know if he can make videos. And I was listening to him speak, and I was saying, you know what, man, I really feel for you, and I understand, but if you can do videos, and even with that, you can do it. And there are people who are making videos who are not the prettiest thing in the world, all right?
Oh, wow.
Some of us look like the back end of a bus, but we're still doing it, We're still carrying on, and you don't have to be pretty, you don't have to have perfect teeth, you don't have, I mean, I've got a lazy eye, and, that was the thing that really troubled me. Then when I speak to people, I've always got this eye closed, and I've had it my entire life. And that was a kind of like a fear I had to get over. But you know what? The truth is that, okay, now that I mentioned I've got a lazy eye, everyone's like, Dave. But
you know what, though, Dave?
What?
You're being real, though. That's just who you are. You're real. And all those people you just talked about, no teeth, or got hit by the back of a bus, or what, they're real people, and that's what this is about, is people just being themselves. And you just got to be real, and doing the blogging, like I said, I hate writing. And my biggest trouble is, the blogging system, it actually gives you ideas. It's one of the easiest blogging systems out there. But my problem is trying to word it good enough to show value. That's where I struggle. But, I know the more I do it, the better it's going to get. It's the same as, making videos. You got to keep doing it. Even if it scares you, the more you do it, the easier it's going to be. And when we were talking earlier before the webinar started, I was fine. And then when this webinar started, I got a little nervous, still a little nervous, but that's just how it is.
You don't seem nervous at all. You don't seem nervous at all.
And I'm going to be doing Hangouts.
If anybody on this webinar thinks Wade looks nervous. Please, please say so, because he doesn't look nervous at all. Dude, you look like you've been doing this for ages.
Well, trust me.
I've just looked at Bill's. He says, "Speak for yourself. I am beautiful." Okay. Cool, man. I tell you what, if you guys ever get a chance to watch Bill's videos, it's amazing. I mean, Bill has one of the most amazing way of speaking I've come across. The guy's got the best sayings in the world, and oh man, that's incredible. Well, Bill, I mean, you amaze me, man. Honestly.
You know what's funny about that is when I'm looking to do a review, the first thing I do is I'll find it in either JV News or ClickSure, and then I'll copy it, and then I'll go to YouTube and paste it and see who else has made the video, and I'll either watch yours, Jake's, Johnny's, or even Bill's, and I listen to how everybody talks and everything. So I'm kind of watching how everybody does their own thing. And Bill, yes, he does a great job, and it is. So
it's, the thing about what's interesting when I first started with video, I keep telling people this, but my first set of videos that I did were laughable, absolutely laughable. It was ridiculous.
You showed me that first one, and that was hilarious.
Gee, I tell you, and I'm sitting there, with everything on the background. I'm going, "Hey guys, I just want to share something with you that's gonna change your life." And we say all these things, but we don't realize how stupid we sound, because we're kind of on a platform. You want to tell the world how wise you are, and your mouth opens, and you just sound like a moron. But the interesting thing was that now when I make a video, because I've done it so many times, I don't even have to think about it. And I've kind of I've become this this person who now I really don't think, and people say, what do I say in the videos? And here's the answer. Like, somebody said to me the other day, said, "Dave, I don't have a laptop right now. It's broken. What must I do? Because can I actually use my phone?" Right? Mm-hmm. So I said the first thing that I would have done in that situation, and I said to him, first of all, I said, "Do you know any teenagers, or you have any kids? Go to them and ask them how to do it." Okay? Because if you don't know how to do something, go to somebody who does. And if you don't know how to make a video review, go to somebody who is good at it. And when I was struggling, I went to Ryan's videos to watch him, how he was producing this stuff, and I slowly learned. And that's exactly the right attitude to have, that like, when you want to make a video review on, there was one came out called, what was it, Gold Program, right?
Yeah.
And Gold Program, right, you want to do this review. So the first thing you do is you go and check to see if anybody's made any reviews. If any of the P members in the Facebook group are doing it, you just watch them. And you say, okay, this is what they're saying. So you kind of mark off what they say. Then you go to somebody else, and then you say, okay, now I've got to say this in my video. All right, and you know the basic stuff about video, right? Grab their attention in the first 15 seconds. Right, so in this video, we're going to be talking about XYZ product. Don't say, "My name is Dave, I love dogs, and I like painting," and you speak for a minute, and then the person's clicked off your video. So get their attention, tell them why they're there, give them the alternatives at the end, and then, click on the link. It's that simple. When you've got that down, yeah, carry on.
I was going to say, when you make a video, I mean, I remember in the beginning, it would take me, I'd have to do like several takes. Now I can do it like in one take. It's just that. And you're talking about the Gold Program. I made a review on that today, and your video was the very first one I watched, when I went on YouTube to see who was making videos. So how many takes does it take you to do? Did you do it in one take, or?
No, it's one take just about all the time. Yeah. If I make a mistake, it's because I coughed or something, but I saw, just while we're talking, having a bit of fun now, I was watching, guys, if you ever get to see this, you must ask Jake Jervis to show you his capture page. It is the funniest thing you'll ever see in your life. And this is what we have to do in our videos. You've got to be creative and interesting. So, Jake, if you're watching this, man, oh, dude, that was brilliant. I was laughing so much, I think I laughed for like 2 minutes straight. So we've got the capture page going, and he says, okay, guys, so you've clicked on the link, and now you're ready to get started. Now, I want to tell you this thing, and, a lot of people don't listen. Are you listening? Are you listening? And he got my attention. I was laughing so much. So, and the thing is, you can see he's being himself, not somebody else. It's how we are talking right now is exactly how you should be talking on your videos. Just being yourself. So, hey man, Wade, thanks so much for being on this webinar, bro. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on.
One thing, I was talking about the inner circle, and there's one thing that I listened to today. It was called the Be, Do, Have. And a lot of people don't realize what you have to be is you got to be that person you see yourself becoming. That's what you need to do. And then once you do that, do what that person is doing so you can have, the wealth that you want or the lifestyle. So I want to give everybody kind of an assignment to do tonight. Is what I want you to do is I want you to write down the best version of you. What I mean by that is, what do you see yourself being in the next year or the next couple of months or next 5 years, 10 years, whatever it is, the best version of yourself that you see. And once you write that down, I want you to start living that. Do whatever is needed to do that. That means if you've got to listen to audio, which I actually recommend. You listen to any kind of motivational audio, read any kind of motivational books, hang out with positive people, quit watching TV. I think you were telling me earlier today that the average American watches 4 hours of TV a day. Quit doing that. Take that 4 hours and invest it in working on your business. If you can do that, you're going to be successful. But I challenge you to write the best version of yourself. Do that and then live that person.
Yeah, that's because ultimately, at the end of the day, we're taking life easy. We're taking the easy way out. We're saying, okay, let's just take it easy. I'll do it tomorrow. That's what we do. I'll do it tomorrow. And one thing that I remember, I'll never forget the saying for as long as I live. Somebody said, I think it was Les Brown that said this. He says, if your life is easy, it's going to be hard. If you work hard, your life will be easy. So, if you're a person who is going to say, well, I'll do this tomorrow, I'll just lay back and I'll get things organized first. You just want to take the easy way out. Trust me on this. Your life will be difficult later. If you start working at your life now and you start putting in the effort now, you can look forward to a life that will be easier later. And the problem with this generation of ours is that we constantly want instant gratification. We constantly want to be gratified now, and the problem with that type of thinking is that it can't go anywhere. If you work towards a goal, if you work towards some sort of plan, it is so much more rewarding on the journey as you get there than it is if you are right now. So we've got to actually get out of that mindset, that thinking, I can have everything now when you can't. And even, let's just say for some reason you got $50,000 today. Your brain goes crazy, and you spend everything within a week.
Oh yeah.
But if you start planning your life and working towards something, and I mean this, guys, it may seem impossible to get to a goal. It may seem impossible. In retrospect, when I look at my life, even 2 years ago, and if you told me that I would be earning what I am today, I would have told you to go away, because it would have seemed completely impossible. There is no way on this green earth that if you said to me, Dave, you're going to be earning over 20,000 Rand a month, okay? It's not even thinkable. I've never earned that month. I've only earned, I think, the most 5,000 a month, but never 20, ever. It's never been done. So and the only way I got there was taking consistent action, following people who are successful, and doing exactly what you're talking about surrounding yourself with positive people, plugging yourself into that hot, juicy, cheesy pizza that you talked about. And man, that's like one of the best illustrations I've ever had in my life. And just taking in those audios, because it truly does change the way that you think.
Oh yeah.
You know, if you were sorry.
I was gonna say I've seen you, succeed. Because I remember when you weren't really making that much, and now look at you. It's like night and day. And you've achieved that with the iPass 2 system, which, by the way, is going to be getting even better. So I can't wait to see not only what am I going to be doing, but what you're going to be doing with the new system when it comes out here.
I know, because that system is going to. Oh, by the way, guys, if you're watching this right now and you haven't bought the 6-figure shortcut, go and get it right now. All right, it's like $47. The reason why you have to get it is because when they do the upgrade, they're going to be selling the 6-figure shortcut for $197, and it's going to have so much more in it. So if you upgrade now, if you go and you get the $47 for the 6-figure shortcut, you're going to be grandfathered into the new product. All right, so do yourself a favor and get that, because you're going to be getting a tremendous amount of value for just about nothing. All right, and you want to definitely take advantage of everything they're going to be offering you, because we know the system works. We know they've actually revamped it to a state now which I'm positive is going to be absolutely mind-blowing. So go for it, guys. Get there. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, you're probably going to double your income easily.
Oh man, it's going to be exciting. Oh man, I tell you, I don't want to think about it too much. But let's see. Is there anything else you want to say, Wade?
If anybody's just worried about how the system's going to work, I mean, if you're just starting, be consistent. And like Dave said, this is not a get rich quick system. You cannot expect to have results, just like that. It does take work. You're going to have to, if you can spend 2-3 hours a day in front of your computer, you're going to be fine, but you have to do work. You can't just expect, okay, I got the iPass 2 system, I don't need to do anything. Why am I not making any money? It's not going to work. If that's your mindset, you need to change it, because it won't work. Dave, you're a prime example. I mean, you're constantly getting sales every day. You're constantly increasing your residual income, and your team members, that right there, Aiden, Jake, you got Johnny. I mean, the list can go on and on. Stephen, I mean, everybody's growing.
So, and for those of you guys, if you're watching this and you've been sticking out through the end of this webinar, if you go to onlineNetBrands.com/members and you open an account there, okay, it's free. You're not going to be charged for anything, but that's going to be giving you my training so that you can start doing the same thing we're doing. And the training is all there. You've got 4 modules of stuff to go through, everything from setting up your browser to getting rid of viruses to putting yourself on camera to making product reviews and showing you what the process is about. It's all there. You don't have to go anywhere. So if you get into that and plug yourself into the training and just work at it, it's going to work out for you. But obviously, You know, I can't guarantee anything to anybody. Okay, we've got to say that. You know, income disclaimer. You know, I'm not going to be guaranteeing results for everybody else, because you need to do this yourself, and you need to do work. All right. The reason why people fail is because people are allergic to work. It's just plain and simple. All right. If you don't work, you're not going to get anywhere. We're not saying this is going to be an easy life in the beginning. As I said, you've got to work hard in order for you to have an easier life later. But if you want to take it easy now, don't expect for it to be easy later. You can't have one without the other. So with that said, guys, I'm going to say goodbye.
Yeah.
And yeah, thanks so much, Wade, for being on here. And guys,
Yeah, thank you.
Don't forget to be on for next week's webinar as well. Same time, be here. You know, share the link. The link that we're using right now for this particular webinar, if you are part of the iPass system and you're in my team, you can use the same link to promote the webinar for next week, Monday at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. All right, so start sending this. In fact, right now, what I want you to do is to take this webinar and to go and share it with your list. All right? You can go and put it on your blog or anything, but start promoting. When you start promoting and you start syndicating your material, that's when you're going to get people looking at you, because you're providing value for them. Okay, guys, so cheerio. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You there?
Yeah.